verbally via WhatsApp,
So speaking
via
of WhatsApp, is that a powerful enough of a tool to be used as documentation?
it is recognized as evidence in the court, right? But then if WhatsApp wasn't the prescribed way of giving notice in the agreement, then you will have a tough time because then again it's an open point that you have to argue about, right? And if we submit it to an expert or even if we go to court or arbitration eventually, then it's an additional point that you need to kind of argue about and prove who has a stronger case. Whereas if you're very clear that, okay, clause 5.1 says you need to give a written notice via email, then you give a written notice via email. It says you need to give a notice within 5 days of such delay occurring, then you give it within 5 days. Then you have a stronger case, right? So couple that with strong documentation. When we say contract must be coupled with the progress report. I think everyone in the industry understand the importance of progress report. If there's a variation, there must be proper variation order. But at the same time, I would say in most cases when we see there are dispute, there's always a bit of carelessness, I would say, or rather a little bit too much trust on the
Trust.
on the other party. Maybe it was a verbal kind of exchange
Okay.
where they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we may not sign your progress report now, but we will do it eventually. Just start first, and then I'll sort it out later." So, of course, when nothing happens, everybody is happy and kumbaya, right? But then when a dispute happens, then you start looking back at this documentation and you realize that, hey, there's actually gaps here. And that essentially translates to your case being a weaker case. And the quantum you're going to get as well may not be the full quantum that you have in mind.
Let's put it in like a much more a simplified form.